We have some absolutely huge names in today's top 5 cards, players who you hopefully have in your collection. Which ones are going up the most? We'll tell you right now. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. And guys, I could not be more excited because tomorrow is the day we here at Sports Card Investor and Cards HQ break the all-time world record for the most packs sold during a single live stream. We are going live on Whatnot starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday night to sell 100,000 packs from all the different sports, all at a discount. And oh yeah, we're also giving away an entire box of Flawless Football for free, along with a ton of National Treasures cards. So many giveaways. It is tomorrow, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern until midnight on Cards HQ Shop on Whatnot. If you scan that QR code on your screen or use the special link in the show description below, we'll even give you $15 free that you can use towards packs if you are a first-time Whatnot customer. I'll see you tomorrow night. But right now, we got to talk about the sports card market and the cards that are going up and down the most, and there are a lot that are going up. The market has been hot, and let's take a look at the overall sports card market with the Market Pulse by Market Movers, and you see that the trend of this being a great year for sports cards continues. Over the last 7 days, the SAI 500 index of 500 of the most prominent sports cards is up a little bit over 0.5% again, up close to 3% over the last 30 days, and up close to 29% year to date. What a great year for the sports card market. But now, let's talk about cards that are going up and down the most. It is time for today's top 5 cards. We're starting today with a cold card, as we do every week, because it is a reminder that sometimes the hot cards featured on this program can quickly turn cold in the sports card market, so invest carefully. And our cold card this week is no other than Brock Bowers, the tight end for the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, Brock Bowers was all the rage last year. He was, of course, drafted 13th overall by the Raiders in the 2024 NFL Draft after a great career with Georgia. But unfortunately, this season hasn't been like last year was for him when he was an absolutely incredible rookie. This season, he's battling a knee injury that has sidelined him for multiple games, although the team remains optimistic about his long-term outlook. Before that injury, he was amongst the league's most productive tight ends. He led all rookies in receptions and ranked top 5 at his position in receiving yards last season. Hopefully, Bowers will be back healthy soon. And when he is, his cards will probably go back up, but at the moment, they have all been dropping down. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's look at 5 of his rookie cards from 2024. Let's start with his 2024 Kaboom. Collectors love this card. In PSA 10, this card's down 16% over the last 30 days. That's today an $860 card. A few weeks ago, that card was selling for as much as $1,300. Ugh. Nice drop. Unfortunately, a nice drop on that one. A bad drop on that one, I should say. Same story with his Downtown, his 2024 Donruss Downtown in PSA 10. This one is down over 26% over the last 30 days. Most recently sold for $660. That was an $895 card 30 days ago. How about his Uptown in PSA 10 from 2024 Optic? Same story. This one's down even more percentage-wise. Down 43%, most recently sold for $340. Somebody paid $599 for that card a few weeks ago. His Prism Silver in PSA 10, down as well. Most recently sold for $100. That card was as much as $159 a few weeks ago. And finally, his 2024 Topps Chrome Rookie Auto in raw condition. This one now is under $50. Most recent sale of that card was around $44, where that card was $80 if you go back just a few weeks ago. Not been a great month for Brock Bowers, but maybe there's some buying opportunity now for the future. Now let's turn to our investment card of the week, and this week it is one of the greatest pitchers in baseball history, Roger Clemens. Yes, Roger Clemens, the longtime pitcher for the Boston Red Sox, the Toronto Blue Jays, the New York Yankees, the Houston Astros, and then, back with the Yankees again right at the end of his career. Roger Clemens is known as being one of the most dominant pitchers in baseball history. He had fiery competitiveness and, of course, a very powerful fastball. And over that 24-year career, wow, what a career. He won 354 games, recorded 4,672 strikeouts, ranking third all time. And he captured a record 7 Cy Young Awards and 2 pitching triple crowns. Absolutely incredible. And his cards are starting to get that recognition. Let's take a look at market movers. Of course, these cards are from the junk wax era. His rookie cards are from 1985, so there's a lot of these out there. But in high grade, not as many, and they're doing well. This is his 1985 Donruss PSA 10. 651 of this card exist in PSA 10. And if we look over the last year, in fact, let's expand out our data here. Over the last year, this card is up 32%. A year ago, you could have picked it up for $295, and it most recently sold for $390. A similar story with his 1985 Fleer in PSA 10. This one, though, a much lower population of just 187, and that's one of the reasons why it's more expensive. A year ago, that card was $1,075. Now that card is $1,400. His most recognizable card is his 1985 Topps rookie card. In PSA 10, there's 381 of this card that exist. That card was selling a year ago for $1,076. Now it is $1,300. And then finally, his Topps Tiffany, which is a higher end version of his Topps card printed on a premium card stock. This one, we haven't seen a sale of this one in PSA 10 recently, but in PSA 9, there's 691 of that card, and it has jumped from $378 to $531 over the course of the last year. And if you want my opinion, I think Roger Clemens is still a buy right now. This guy was an absolutely incredible pitcher, certainly controversial, but I think as time goes on, he will be remembered more and more fondly, and his cards will likely continue to appreciate. But hey, that's just my opinion, not investment advice. But now let's turn our attention to players playing today, and in the number 5 spot on today's list, it is Jonathan Taylor, the running back for the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have been the most surprising NFL team of 2025, and they have been led by Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor is a big reason for their success. Through 6 games, he's carried the ball 131 times for 697 yards and 10 rushing touchdowns. And just this last weekend, Taylor led Indianapolis to a 38-24 road win over the Los Angeles Chargers, where he rushed for 94 yards on 16 carries and scored 3 touchdowns. So some now have him as the front runner for 2025 Offensive Player of the Year. And if this performance keeps up, his card prices will probably keep surging as they have been. Let's take a look here in market movers. Jonathan Taylor has been so good that he's even raising up Anthony Richardson, because the Jonathan Taylor, Anthony Richardson duel downtown from Donruss and Raw Condition is up a little bit, up about 8% over the last 30 days, despite Anthony Richardson not playing. This most recently sold for $575. It was a $534 card a few weeks ago. All of Jonathan Taylor's cards are seeing nice increases. This is his 2020 Contenders rookie ticket auto in PSA 10 condition. That's up 50%. Most recently sold for $300. That was a $150 card 30 days ago. How about his Optic Hollow in PSA 10 condition? Most recently sold for $76. You could have scooped that card for under $50 30 days ago. How about his Phoenix Fireburst from 2020 Phoenix in PSA 10 condition? More affordable card, only around $30 today, but that card was down at less than $24 30 days ago. And finally, his 2020 Prism Base in PSA 10, selling for right now around $43. You could have scooped that card for as little as $15 just a few weeks ago. What a run for Jonathan Taylor's card prices. Let's turn our attention to basketball. For the number 4 card today, it is Cooper Flagg, the guard for the Dallas Mavericks. And by the way, the player that many will be chasing when the brand new 2025 Topps basketball hits stores, including Cards HQ this Thursday. By the way, if you're anywhere in the Atlanta area, we got a big launch event taking place here at Cards HQ Thursday evening. If you're not in the Atlanta area, we're going to be on Fanatics Live with a very special guest. ripping that product Thursday evening. So make sure to join Cards HQ Shop on Fanatics Live. But Cooper Flagg, his stuff has already been heating up even before this new Topps basketball set is starting to come out. And he's looked pretty good in the preseason. Flagg averaged 11.3 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, and 2.8 assists per game in the preseason. But people are really excited about the regular season, which is just about to start. And we're going to see Cooper Flagg in real games for the first time here over the next couple of days, which we're excited about. Let's take a look at some of his cards that have been going up recently in the market. We're going to start with his 2024 Bowman's Best University, the base card in PSA 10, up about 26% over the last 30 days. This is around a $60 card today, going for as little as about $30 if you go back a few weeks ago. How about his 2024 Bowman Chrome University base card in PSA 10 condition? This one's now up at around $50. 30 days ago, that was around $30, so a nice increase on that card. The refractor in PSA 10 is also up a lot. Most recently sold for $250, but 30 days ago, that card was down around $128. So that one has almost doubled in the last 30 days. Good to see. Then finally, his 2025 Topps Now Draft Night in BGS 10 Pristine. There's a lot of these in BGS 10 Pristine. An $80 card as of the most recent sale. That one up over 62% over the last 30 days. A lot of excitement about Cooper Flagg. Will he live up to the hype? Well, we're going to find out real soon. Back to football for the number 3 spot today, and it is Baker Mayfield, the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Bucs, who has looked awesome all season long, well, at least until last night. Last night, they hit a little bit of a speed bump against the Lions, but that aside, Baker has looked outstanding throughout the course of the season. He's been compiling a ton of passing yards and a ton of touchdowns while keeping his interceptions way down. And this is despite the fact that the Bucs have been pretty decimated at the wide receiver position. They've had a lot of wide receivers out this season with injury. And unfortunately, last night, Mike Evans got injured as well. So he's going to be out as well. So Mayfield has taken a lot of this on his shoulders, and he really has performed quite well to the point where some people are saying he should be the front runner for the MVP award this season. We'll see if that holds up or not, especially now that he doesn't have most of his receivers. That might be tough, but his performance has been exceptional, as has been his card prices. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. We're gonna go back to 2017 for his 2017 Select XRC Prism Redemption in PSA 10. This card up 35% over the last 30 days, most recently sold for $575. That card was down around $360 just a few weeks ago. How about his 2018 Donruss Base Rated Rookie in PSA 10? This thing is up almost double. Most recently sold for $137. You could have scooped that for as little as $56 just a few weeks ago. That one way up. His Optic from 2018 Optic, the Rated Rookie in PSA 10. Same deal on this one. Most recently sold for $178. That is around double where that card was just a month ago. How about his 2018 Prism Base in PSA 10? This one's up a little over 50% over the last month, having most recently sold for $128. This was down around $84 about a month ago. And then finally, let's go higher end. Let's go to his 2018 Prism Stained Glass, the super short print in PSA 10, pop of 95. This thing has been selling recently for around $1,000, but you go back a few weeks ago, you could have scooped it for as little as $550. That would be a really nice flip if you happen to have one of those Baker Mayfield stained glass cards in your collection. We're going to stick with football quarterbacks. For the number 2 spot today, it is Drake May, the quarterback for the New England Patriots. Drake May has quickly emerged as a standout in his second year this season. Through 6 games in 2025, Drake May has thrown for 1,744 yards, 12 touchdowns, and only 2 interceptions. He's completed more than 75% of his passes, and most impressively, on Sunday, he extended the Patriots' winning streak to 4 games with a strong performance against the Titans, during which he threw for 222 yards and 2 touchdowns. He only missed 2 passes during that entire game. So you can imagine, man, football card collectors right now really excited about Drake May. His cards are shooting up. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. Look at that chart. Wow. That chart on the screen, that is the last 30 days of Drake May's card prices. That is pretty exceptional. Look at all of these percentage increases. Unbelievable how much these cards are going up. This is Drake May's 2024 Donruss and PSA 10. That's up 125% in the last 30 days. It's a $61 card today. That card was less than $20 a few weeks ago. His Optic Downtown, similar story, except much higher end. This card most recently sold for close to $2,300. That card was around $1,100 if you go back a few weeks ago. Huge gains there. How about his 2024 Donruss Rated Rookies Retro PSA 10? Most recently sold for $90. That card was down around $30 to $40 last month. Absolutely incredible gains there. His 2020 Prism Base and PSA 10, this one's up even more. $105 most recent sale. That is up 158%. That card was in the $30 to $40 to $50 range if you go back a few weeks ago. That one's up huge. How about his Prism Silver and PSA 10? Most recently sold for $894. That card was under $400 just 30 days ago, so that one has more than doubled. And then finally in raw condition, that same card, similar story, most recently sold for $112 in raw condition. That card was down around $40 just 30 days ago. If you have any Drake May cards in your collection, congratulations. They are worth, what, 2 to 3 times as much today as they were a month ago, most likely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached that moment in the show. It is time for today's number one card. But before I tell you who it is, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's show are from Market Movers. Market Movers is the ultimate way to track the sports card market and also to see the value of the cards in your collection. You can comp millions of cards with Market Movers, and you can do it all for free. Just go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar, or go to the App Store on your phone and search Market Movers and download the Market Movers app today. Okay, here we are. The number one player of the week is no other than Shohei Ohtani. He, of course, is so deserving of being in the number one spot. The pitcher and designated hitter for the Los Angeles Dodgers did both in Game 4, a historic Game 4 performance in the National League Championship Series, during which he hit 3 home runs and he struck out 10 over 6 scoreless innings to advance the Dodgers straight to the World Series. And this comes after Shohei had a great year. He finished the regular season hitting .282 with 55 home runs, and on the mound, he had a 2.87 ERA during the regular season with 62 strikeouts and 47 innings pitched. He has become an absolutely unstoppable two-way force. Ohtani also led Major League Baseball in jersey sales for the 3rd straight year, solidifying his status as the face of baseball and a once-in-a-generation talent. And man, his cards, they're doing generational things as well. Look in Market Movers. Look at that chart. Look at what his cards did here on the right side of that chart ever since that Game 4 performance. Absolutely incredible. All of these are up a lot. I want to start with a card you don't see very often. Did you know there were Shohei Ohtani cards before Topps started making his cards in 2017 and 2018? Yes, they were from Japan. This is a BBM. This is 2013 BBM first version PSA 10, a population of 383. This card most recently sold for $5,000. This is his Japanese League rookie card. 30 days ago, this card was a little over $3,000, so the jump to $5,000 now is huge on that card. How about his 2018 Bowman Paper base card in PSA 10? Most recently sold for $212. That was a $126 card 30 days ago. And here is Shohei's 2018 Bowman Chrome base pitching card, or batting, I should say, in PSA 10. This one, my gosh, this recently sold for $3,265. That is up 89%. That card was down around $1,500 just 30 days ago. Here's his 2018 Topps Chrome pitching card in PSA 10 condition. This one right now selling for around $400, but 30 days ago, that card was selling for in the neighborhood of about $250. Huge increase there. Here's the refractor version of this same card from 2018 Topps Chrome. This one most recently having sold for around $2,000. That card was down around $1,250 if you go back 30 days ago. And finally, his 2018 Topps Update PSA 10 base card, the most affordable of all of these cards, but it's still now around $191, where you could have scooped that card up for as little as $113 if you go back a few weeks ago. What an absolutely epic run for Shohei's cards following an absolutely epic performance. Wow, incredible to see. Hopefully you've got a little Shohei in your collection, and hopefully you enjoyed today's show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe, and don't forget to check out Wednesday night, the Whatnot 100,000 pack sale plus flawless football giveaway, 6 p.m. Eastern to midnight on Cards HQ. Shop on Whatnot. Let's put that QR code on the screen and the link below one more time so you can get $15 that you can get for free to use towards that pack sale. If you are a first-time Whatnot customer, scan that QR code, use that link, and we'll see you on Whatnot, 6 p.m. Eastern, Wednesday night. See you then. Take care.